Welcome to Logical Ayurveda. So the last video we saw an introduction to COVID-19 syndrome, and this video is all about the details of treatment modalities that are advised in the COVID syndrome, and the diet advised, and the Amajvara Lakshanas and Jeernajvara Lakshanas, and the treatment for specific avasthas as such, and interesting cases. So let's welcome Dr. Nithya again. How do we move into the disease? Like you told, you see it as predominantly Vata Kapha Jwara. So Amapachana is a main line of treatment, Langana is a main line of treatment. And what are different avasthas you see in this disease? Like patient comes in first stage, he has Ajirna, or patient has Balakshaya. So what are the different avasthas you see in the disease?
Usually patients come to us after a few days of symptoms and who have tested positive. They are already on paracetamol, antibiotics, Zincovit and other medicines irrelevant to viral fever. So we first assess when did the fever start. If it has been a few days with no Amapachana, we anyway treat it like a Navajwaram. If it is day 1 or 2 of fever, then definitely we treat it like a Navajwaram. If there is no fever, then we treat the Kasam, Shwasam, Atisaram, sore throat, headache with Ushna and Kaphavatahara medicines like Dashamulakatatriyadi, Talisadi, Sudarshan tablets, Dhanvantara Gutika. If required, Shwasakutaras, Kanakasava, Dadimastaka Churna, Kutajarishta. If there is a fever more than 101.5 or 102, we add Vetumaran Gutika or Tribhuvan Kirtiras with Ardrakasvarasa and Madhu. There are a few patterns we see. Patient's fever subsides, but other symptoms persist. So we wait for 3 or 4 days with Amapachanam and Deepanam before moving on to Rasayanam or Brahmanam. Second, patient's fever subsides by day 5 or 6, and we move to addressing what is left, usually Kasam Shwasam. Third, patient's fever even after day 6 or 7 continues to spike in the evenings or nights to 101 or 102, and in the mornings it is usually 99 or even normal. These patients benefit tremendously from Jeernajvara Chikitsa. An appropriate Ghritam and Kshiram are added, and these are our first drugs of choice. We stop the Kashayam, Churnam, Sudarshana tablet, etc., and we ask the patient to drink a glass of hot diluted milk after digesting their lunch at around 5 p.m. By 6 p.m. we get a call from the patient saying, I feel fine, temperature is not rising, I feel energetic, etc. Then we know with Kshira and Grita, fever will go down and resolve. We will still have some way to go. Very few patients' temperature goes on spiking to 99 and 100 once a day for a few days after that. But they say, Doctor, I know this because of the thermometer, but I feel fine. So what are the different aushadhis we use? Definitely for all the patients we use Sudarshan Churnam tablets, Dhanvantara Gutika, Talisadi Churnam for most of our patients except if they are diabetic. Then we use Pippalyadi Churnam, which is a very good preparation in Sharangadhara Samhita, which has a mixture of Triphala and Pippali. And the Falashruti is Jwaram Shwasam Kasam. And we add one Kashayam. It could be Bharangyadi Kashayam if there is fever, or Vyagryadi. Or if there is no fever but they have headache and other kapha symptoms, Dashamulakatatriyadi. Or in asymptomatic patients, a simple Guduchi Kashayam is also given. If the temperature is very high, then we add Vetumaran Gutika or Tribhuvan Kirtiras. If they have Shwasa or lot of congestion and we predict that they may move into Shwasa, like they will say chest feels heavy, that is a typical symptom, then we add Shwasa Kutaras. If the patient has Atisaram, then we add Dadimastaka Churnam and Kutajarishtam. We also add other external medicines like Rasnadi Churnam or Triphala for gargling or Anu Tailam. If they don't have fever, then we use it in headache or loss of smell. Once the patient has come out of the fever and they need something to increase their nourishment, we give Agastya Rasayanam, or we give Ashwagandhadi Churnam, typically mixed in milk. We give different ghrutams like Vidaryadi Ghrutam, Dadimadi Ghrutam, Mahakalyanaka Ghrutam. Sometimes if there are some Pandu Lakshanas, we may add some Loham. In slightly more cooler weather, we have given Chavana Prasham. If diabetic, we can give other rasayanas like Shilajit or Chandra Prabhavati. Dasamullarishtam, of course, is a good drug of choice.
So the next question is, do you think Pitta involvement is not there here in COVID-19, or it is very minimal? What about the very dry Ruksha Kasa with the Daha of the throat or associated fuming sensation with high grade fever? Don't you think Pitta involvement is there in all these conditions?
The minimal Pitta involvement is an interesting question. Yes, some patients had Daham and very high fever, but I do not think it was involvement of Pitta per se, since no one got worse with the Tikshna Ushna Dravyas that were used. We have a wonderful tool in Ayurveda called Upashayam, and we found Upashayam with Vata Kapha with all the cases, except for one patient. Also, I want to clarify this myth of a dry cough. The cough's Nidanam is important. While the patient says, I have a dry cough, we actually find in practice 99.9% it is not dry. There is always Kapha Nidanam. It may be in the form of Dadhi, Takram, fruits, juices, lime juice in particular, excessive sweet intake, Divaswapnam, or even Ritu. When we proceed to give Kaphaharam to these patients who complain of dry cough, 99.9% we have Upashayam. In fact, in a couple of days of taking the medicine, the patient will say, Doctor, the phlegm is now coming out. If there is not much Upashayam for this, then we resort to Agastya Rasayanam or Talisadi mixed with Vidaryadi, Muhur, and frequent sips of Ushna Jalam, and they always get better.
So, coming to the $1,000,000 question, how long does it take for the fever to subside, and what kind of diet do you advise in the patients with active Jvara Avastha? So, what kind of diet do you put them regularly, and the Ahara Viharas? Can you explain about them in detail?
If you look at all the patients together, the mean time for recovery was 6.6 days. If you just look at the comorbid patients, then they recovered in 7.1 days with a standard deviation of 2.9. At-risk patients took about 7 days. I think it is significant here that the difference in time for recovery between a regular patient and a comorbid patient or a patient who is at higher risk is not very different with Ayurvedic treatment. I'd like to say a word about comorbidities here. We treated all kinds of comorbidities, which included diabetes mellitus, hypertension, cancer, COPD, asthma, and CKD, and CAD also. At-risk patients included patients who either had one or more comorbidity, or their age was above 60, or their BMI was between 30 and 40, or they were smokers. If you look at our data, 63% of our patients had no comorbidities, 23% had one comorbidity, 14% had more than one comorbidity. They all recovered within 7 days. With regard to Patya, it is very simple. In Amavastha, or the first 7 days, or until the temperature comes to normal and remains normal for 24 to 36 hours, or sometimes even when there is no fever, until the bowel moves and there is a lightness in the body and there is good appetite, we give a very, very simple diet of par-boiled rice, what we call Pulungalarsi in Tamil, cooked in an open pan and strained, not pressure cooked, with boiled moong dal and boiled vegetables, seasoned with salt, little bit of haldi, jeera, pepper and dhania. Nothing else. No tea or coffee, no milk or ghee, no oil, no non-veg, no idlis, no rotis, no protein supplements like eggs or sundal, no fruits, no juices, definitely no curd or buttermilk in any form. So once we determine that sufficient Langhanam has taken place, there is no fever, or there is a good bowel movement, appetite is normal, or even if they have the above symptoms, 7 days have passed, then we move to Kshiram and Ghritam. And if non-vegetarian, Mamsarasam. Slowly as they return to normal, they can add the food they are used to like roti, idli, upma, poha, etc.
Tell us about one or two of your interesting experience while treating COVID patients.
One of our very first patients was a very, very difficult case. She was referred to us by a well-known allopathic doctor who had been treating her for many years for a condition, chronic kidney disorder. She was on dialysis 3 times a week. She had other kinds of comorbidities like CAD, diabetes, and she had a breast lesion for which she was taking medicine from another Ayurveda doctor. Now when this lady tested positive, no hospital would take her for dialysis, and the allopathic doctor didn't want her to admit her in an allopathic hospital for COVID treatment because in his experience he felt that her kidneys would not withstand the drugs given for COVID. So he sent her to us. By the time she could find a hospital, a compassionate hospital to give her dialysis without giving her medicines for COVID, it took her 8 days. Now for 8 days, this patient managed without dialysis with Ayurvedic medication. She tested negative on day 13, but her symptoms were mostly resolved by the time she got admitted, and most importantly, she was very, very stable.